I think they're all trying to capitalize, especially Erika, on Charlie Kirk's death, right? Not that anybody should die, but everyone's trying to get a little. How dare you put that face on?
Yo, listen,
I can't.
Delon, she is giving you her best.
Listen, that's some of the
soap
best
opera.
I was
special.
gonna say that's some of the best acting she's done yet.
Somebody said she looked like a husky.
The internet is so fucking wrong.
Ooh, wait, no.
Listen. Wait.
I hate you for that.
Let me fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. Okay. I'm a professional.
She's fine.
Welcome back to Let Me Fix It, the podcast that says,
Is this a scheme that Todd set up?
I'm Francesca Ramsey. I'm an actress. I'm a writer. I'm a producer. I'm a graphic designer. And that was a lot of technical difficulties, but we got through it.
And I'm Todd, and this is a scheme. I'm DeLon Grant. I'm an actor, a writer, an educator, all around creative. And welcome back, friends. Welcome back. Tell me about this. What was that, Fran?
Class, this week's tagline comes to us from Keegan, and Keegan writes and says, love the show. I noticed that you left Apple Podcasts because I hadn't updated in a while. I listened while I'm getting ready for work. I found you and have been streaming on YouTube ever since. Thanks for all you do. So, DeLon, you've never heard, is this a scheme set up by Todd before?
No. Who is Todd and what's the scheme?
Okay, so this is a scheme that Todd set up, is a popular phrase from Bravo's The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Wow.
Todd Tucker is soon to be divorced from Kandi Burruss. They are getting a divorce. And this was a common thing that was said because apparently he sets up a lot of schemes. And maybe that's
schemes
why
like
their
bad schemes,
businesses.
or like just like businesses. Yeah, okay.
Businesses,
endeavors. Yeah,
movie production office, or I guess he wanted to start dog breeding at one time. Like he's just,
you
and
fuck up your carpet like that.
Well, here's the thing. Again, I don't watch the show, so class, please correct me in the comments. But we did get a lot of suggestions to talk about their impending divorce because Kandi is, the breadwinner. She has a long career as a songwriter.
And they have no prenup, from what I understand.
No, they do have a prenup.
They do.
They do have a prenup, but they have collaborated on a lot of projects together. So, they produced a Broadway show. They have a number of restaurants. So, Todd is going to get something. Is he going to get as much as he wanted? Maybe not. As my mediator told me during my divorce, she said, I know I've done my job when one person thinks they've paid too much and the other one thinks they haven't paid enough. And I said, you did it, girl. That's exactly what happened here because I'm not happy about the check I had to write.
Yeah. I mean, what's crazy is this is a broader question for the class and for us, but like the thought experiment being, which is my new phrase, thought experiment. The thought experiment being, is it worth not only having a prenup, but is it worth just not even collaborating with your partner creatively?
Oh, the creative part. I thought
you know what I mean? Like really just do your own shit separately because it's going to come out in the divorce anyway. And so don't have their fingers in your pot, but that's not how you build relationship and life and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say that I think still applies here is even if you don't collaborate on things, which is what I learned during my divorce, is that it all goes into what is considered marital assets. So even if you don't start a business together, even if you don't share a bank account, the court looks at it as you did this thing while y'all were in a relationship.
Right.
And by nature of being in a relationship, you were there, you provided emotional support,
right.
You now have a lifestyle that's been supported by that work. And so the court's thinking when it comes to dividing assets is that you should be able to maintain that lifestyle. And so it doesn't matter if you put it together or not. And to your point about the prenup, as someone that did not have one, I now am a prenup advocate. You know what I mean?
Girl.
Learn from my mistakes. But
I'm a no marriage advocate. Okay.
Well, and you know what? Ironically, my partner said this, and I was very turned on by it. He was saying, when he talks about prenups, because this is something that he's like very interested in, it's like you wouldn't get into a car and not put your seatbelt on, right? Like if somebody said, "Oh, but I'm driving, you can trust me," you'd be like, "No, bitch, I'm putting my seatbelt on." That's the same thinking around a prenup.
It's
People
to
don't get
protect
them.
everyone. Yeah.
They think like, "Oh, if I get a prenup, this means I don't think our marriage is going to last." It's like, no, it's just a safety net.
It's a contingency. Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people, and again, I didn't watch Real Housewives, but that was a big conversation when Kandi and Todd got married. And so now everybody's pulling up the clips of them talking about the prenup and like all the times that he's just said like shady stuff. And so I've heard this is a scheme set up by Todd. But I never knew who it was about.
Yeah, I mean, I maybe watched like an episode of one of these shows at a gym, right? I've never concertedly, so like this is neither of our wheelhouse in terms of the Real Housewives of anybody. But I mean, it's always cultural fodder. It's always interesting. I think what's interesting to me is the actual marriage part of it, right? Because like I just want to add some of my own. Well, it's our podcast, so I can add whatever fuck I want to add. But like the thing is, like marriage is. It feels so antiquated to me. And I also am very gay, very queer class, very single, right? So like I'm speaking very ignorantly, right?
Yeah.
But it does feel antiquated in that like marriage was about property, right? Now it's about love and we, society and culture have built this.
It's still about property.
Clearly, right? But I think the narrative, the reason to invest in it is because of love and life and family. That's what we're sold. But in the brass tacks, it is ownership, right? It is ownership of property, but it's also ownership of the other person. Now, I say that again. I say that that's a gross overstatement.
Hyperbolically.
Hyperbolic. Good job. I was waiting. Good job.
Thank you.
SAT words. Okay, I'm rubbing off on her. Pollinates. But I think it's antiquated in that like we don't look at it, to your point, as a transaction. We don't look at as like the two of us are doing this thing because we not only get love and support and community, all those other things, but we understand that it's about something. It's about law. It's black.
A legal contract.
Yeah, totally.
It's a legal contract. And look, I will call myself out. I also didn't think about it that way.
It's not sold to you that way.
Most people do not think about it that way. And to your point about, like the being queer and being single, it's also about, to your point about the legal part of it. God forbid something happens to you that your partner can make decisions. And like that was the standing for marriage equality. There were so many queer couples during the AIDS epidemic, for example, or God forbid your partner gets into a car accident and they're like, no, you have no legal rights to even see your partner because you are not considered to be their partner. And then something their next of kin. Or you and I have talked about health insurance. It's bad enough your health insurance is tied to your job, but you and I are in a relationship and we're not married. I can't give you my health insurance unless.
Oh no, you can, but you can get you can say that we are in a relationship. And you'll have to pay $800 to $1,200 a month for Cobra if you are a live-in partner. Like they're state by state.
You're in a domesticated partnership.
Yeah, like if you live together, you're both on a lease. You can prove that you live a life together. There are some instances where you can get a Cobra, but let's look at the price tag, friends. $800 to $1,200 a month is not. I mean, I don't know who can afford.
And I bet you it's about to go up in 2026 because it's all.
They're about to quadruple. Y'all voted for this man. Y'all voted for this man. I'm telling you.
I know. All right, well, let's jump in. Since we did this whole tangential thing about Real Housewives and divorce. Delon, why don't you kick us off?
Great. So I just sent you a text message. We're gonna play a little game. So class, you all. Fran and I were talking about games. We're like, let's bring back some games because when we were recording just the audio, we did have a lot of games that we would play in the beginning. And one that y'all were really into was Name That White Woman. And this was based on me not being able. This was based on me not being able to say Serena Carpenter's name.
Oh God. Okay. Oh wait,
Okay.
these
So,
haven't all loaded. Oh no. You
oh
have
no,
a little
they're
thing
just covered. They're just covered. Yeah. Yeah.
Not Salon giving us graphics.
Oh, I'm a graphics girl. This is a box, Fran.
I was like, oh, the photo hadn't loaded.
No, I just put it over so you couldn't see them. So, okay, great. So I have 8 of these, and we'll just go. Do your best, Fran. You know, some you're gonna know. They're. I'm not gonna say anything. We'll just go and see and let hilarity ensue.
Class play along in the comments.
Please do. Okay, number 1.
Okay, wait. Can you make it bigger? Can you? You know, I can't see. This is a tiny. Not only is it a white woman, it's Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Well done.
RBG.
RBG. Okay. All right. Number 2.
The white women's Beyonce. Oh, who is? Oh, now here's what's fucked up. This is not her original face. And that's what
it is her original.
That's not her original face.
Come on, you think she's had work done? You think?
Yes.
That chin is bubbly. Maybe.
No, but look at her neck compared to her forehead. She's had a little tightening.
I mean, you know better than I.
Her name is Mary.
Yeah, no. She's an
actress.
She's an actress.
Ooh, she was in a show called Younger, I think.
Ooh, was she?
No?
She was in this I forget what, Unfaithful. Do you remember that movie Unfaithful with Olivier Martinez, Halle Berry's ex-husband? Okay,
no.
She was so great in that movie. This is Diane Lane.
Oh, I called her Mary.
You sure did. Something about. Okay, number 3.
Okay. Patti LuPone.
Some people can get a thrill. Patti LuPone. She's a Broadway actress class. If you don't know who she is,
I thought you were
crazy.
Go, some people want it all. I don't want nothing at all without you, babe.
Way funnier. Okay, Patti LuPone. Let's go to number. This one should be easy for you.
Okay. Oh, okay. She's an American Horror Story.
Yes.
Something Jessica Lange.
Well done, Jessica Lange.
Oh,
brilliant
that
actress. You pulled that one out.
That would hurt.
This one's gonna be hard for you. I know this is gonna be hard for you.
Okay.
Name that white woman.
Ooh. Supreme Court.
Yes, well
done. Her
done.
name is Amy.
Yes, 3-named white woman.
3-name white woman. Amy Coney Barrett.
Well done. I'm proud to know you. You searched. She went through the noodle. She was like, it's somewhere.
Oh, God. You know what it is, DeLon? I drank this weekend. I feel like my brain cells.
Class, she does not. Fran will have a glass of Prosecco on New Year's, right?
I don't drink. Let me tell you, my brain cells are fighting tooth and nail to figure out who these white women are.
That's why I be stuttering on this podcast, because I smoke and I drink. I smoke weed and I drink. Ready? Okay.
Okay.
Number 6. Let's see. Let me make sure. You know her.
Oh, Robin Wright Penn.
Another 3-named white woman, Robin Wright Penn.
I love Robin Wright.
If you don't know Robin, you know that meme that says like it's like who black people stand for, who they fight for, whatever.
I think we
Robin
go
Wright
up for her
all day. She's brilliant.
We do. She's a brilliant actress. Okay.
Okay. Next one, number 7.
Now, why did you put a black queen up in here?
Why would I put the president of the NAACP Washington chapter up here?
Well, this is also a trick question because she used to be Rachel Dolezal, but now she is Indeke.
She did not take an African name.
She changed her name. Her name is I don't know how to say it. Class, you get extra points if you know Rachel Dolezal's new name and you spell it correctly.
I can't.
Because I don't know how to say it. Wait, DeLon, you know what's so funny is when Rachel Dolezal was first going viral, like people were pulling up her old tweets. Why did she post "shit white girls say"? And she said, "Oh, so relatable."
Hilarious. She's like, I have been that white woman.
She's like, I've been the white woman and I've been the black woman. I've been both.
Listen, you don't know. You don't know until you know. So funny. Okay, last one. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, God. Fucking Candice.
Candice Owens. Hilarious.
Oh, my God.
I mean, when will the world be rid of Candice Owens?
I don't know. Listen, the Republicans are trying to pack her up right fucking now.
Pack her up and like be done with her?
Oh, Delon. Candace has been fighting with them over this Charlie Kirk murder. You didn't know about this?
Oh, wait. What do you mean fighting with them? Because
because Candace and Charlie were buddies. There's some speculation that they dated or something. But she and look, and let me just say this first class. I am not one to say anything complimentary about that woman, and I'm not.
The devil.
But a lot of people have noticed that she has seemed to be more distraught over Charlie's death than his own wife. And she is really pointing out a lot of the inconsistencies. For example, when the text messages were released of the supposed killer, that they just sounded kind of like fake and they were trying to push this trans thing. And she has really been excommunicated by the Turning Point organization. And this is actually relates to a suggestion from the class. This comes from the Arizona girl. She asked us to discuss Erika Kirk's town hall on CBS. And they brought up Candace in the town hall. And Erika Kirk went from smiling to like really angry when Candace was mentioned. You know, she could forgive Charlie Kirk's killer, but not Candace Owens.
Is that what she said?
Well, she didn't say those words specifically, but she did say that she would. The question was framed to her of like, you know, you said that you forgive his killer, and now there's all these conspiracy theories being brought up, and people are making tons of money. And she was talking about Candace Owens. Candace Owens has been just like beating this drum since the day that Charlie was murdered. And you watch Erika Kirk's face go from smiling to like.
Here's what I'll say about Candace Owens. We know we know Candace Owens is a grifter. They're all grifters. They're all 1000%. Grifters. And like, you know, I don't know how that case ended with Emmanuel Macron and his wife over, you know, what she was saying. Great. So she's being sued for $5 million, if you know, from the French president, because she said, I forget what his wife's name is, but the first lady of France, she's called Brigitte Macron. She said that she was a man at some point and had all this like, you know, transphobic stuff that happened. And the Macrons were like, okay, bitch. And lawsuit. And that's what we all should do.
We will raise you. We will raise you.
Thank you. Because we have the money and we have the clout. You have a platform. I have a bigger one. Ready? So like she's a grifter, and I think like they're all trying to capitalize, especially Erika, on Charlie Kirk's death, right? Not that anybody should die, but everyone's trying to get a little. How dare you put that face on?
Yo, listen, Delon. She is giving you her best.
Listen, that's some of the best
opera.
I was gonna say that's some of the best acting she's done yet.
Somebody said she looked like a husky.
The internet is so fucking wrong. The internet is so wrong.
She looks like
so she hates this Candace. I mean, Candace is like, she's grifting. She's trying to get a spotlight and attention on her. But here's the only thing I would say, and I'm reaching here.
Sure.
Is if Charlie's getting shot down, Candace is like, she might be fearful. She might be fearful for her life because that shit is happening to all these people.
Then go away. If you are really scared, we don't need to see you on live stream every fucking day.
That's how she makes $1. You know, she ain't got no.
But her husband is very wealthy.
Is he really?
He is very wealthy.
What white man is she married to?
Some British dude. She got a vintage white. You know what I mean? She said, "I'm going back to the motherland." He's some sort of like, his family, I think, is like some media mogul or something. I don't know what they do.
Trace that back, and they probably own your family, Candace. You better watch out, girl.
Girl, the family tree is a wreath. Here's what I will say about the Erika Kirk town hall. CBS really has invested. They've gone all in on this. They did this hour-long special with her you know, they plugged it as like a divided nation, as if
Ugh.
Erika Kirk is going to bring us to, who is looking to Erika Kirk to bring us together? And initially they wanted to do it on a Sunday night, but they couldn't get any advertisers. So they ended up doing it on a Saturday in like a really not great time slot. And they have been pushing these clips, and she's not good on camera. She is so over dramatic. She's not well spoken. There's a clip where someone in the audience asked her, coincidentally, the same guy who asked Charlie the question before Charlie got shot. They brought him to the town hall and had him ask a question. And his question was about the divisive nature of our political landscape, and how he really was adamant that people should not celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. And he really pushed for that. But now we've seen Donald Trump call for Democrat leaders to be executed and saying all these
I
terrible
mean,
things. And so he said to her point
they're
blank,
so
Dawn,
hypocritical.
he said to her point blank, will you, decry the things that he's been saying? And she gave a word salad answer about it starts in the home. And
Oh,
are you
girl.
going to make sure your kids have an
Not trad
iPad?
wife. Not
Or
the
are they
trad
gonna?
wife defense.
Well, and here's what's crazy. Where are your kids, Erika Kirk? You have
Right.
been all around the world, and and your kids are at home, and your husband just died in September, and now she's out here pushing a book. So, like, for her to be
They're all
like,
grifting.
they're all grifting. They're all grifting. And it's just so weird watching them try to push her and like make her a thing. She's
Well, let me tell you-
so like weird.
But let me tell you why I think CBS is doing this. CBS just hired Bari Weiss, who has
Yes.
no media experience, or excuse
None.
me, she no TV experience, no anchor
None.
experience. She
She's
was
terrible.
I think she was with the New York Times, but she was like a part of the editorial board. I'm class, if you know,
But
I'm messing this up.
But she
But she was a writer.
She's a right wing
She's a
conservative.
journalist. And so the thing that they're trying to eclipse is that Bari Weiss was just hired, and a lot of people are upset about it because
Mhm.
Bari Weiss is very, very pro-Israel. And what they're trying to do, if we're not aware of it, the Ellisons who own Paramount and Skydance, or who are trying to buy Paramount, they are very pro-Israel. There are a lot of bodies that are trying to take over our media, and I know that sounds a little conspiracy theorist, but
Yeah.
the evidence is there. They've said it point blank, and
Yeah.
so I think they're trying to eclipse it and make it seem like, oh no, this is normal fare, and let's get something that's really like fraught and a controversial to give Bari Weiss a fair shot and make it seem legitimate. But I think I'm calling it because I don't see it here. This seems like
Bari interviewed Erika Kirk, and to your point, she just has like zero chemistry. She's so stilted. She's not conversational. A good interviewer, when I think of somebody like Gail King, right? She's had some viral interview moments. Like, she interviewed R. Kelly. She's very conversational, and she's really good at like listening and then like directing them and kind of weaving in and out of the questions in an authentic way. Bari was just like, next question. It was very stilted. And to your point about like Bari, and they've given her this huge, they've made her, she's like in charge now over there.
Oh my God, no, she's the head of CBS. Yes.
And to your point about like the pro-Israel of it all, one comment from this interview that has been picked up a lot is Erika Kirk keeps saying that on Friday nights, Charlie Kirk would come home, put his phone in the drawer, and say Shabbat Shalom, and then spend the weekend just hanging with her and the kids. And it's like, who told her? I don't believe for a second that he said that, but also like, why is she saying it? It's like someone told her, say this, because she said it over and over and over again. And it's very weird.
Here's just what I want to say about all of this. Like, I think it's just as dangerous to do what they're doing as to for Israel. Because what they're doing is they're on this campaign to try to like get us to think differently about what's happening in Gaza and to get us to think differently
And the
about all of that.
conspiracy theorists and the anti-Semitic people are going, see, look.
Well, exactly. It's
Right?
more fodder. Like, what just happened in Australia, which is like unbelievably heartbreaking. What, we just had a shooting here at Brown University in Rhode Island as well, which is like, why is it still happening? But like, I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that this is the reason for any of that. Violence is not the answer. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, yes, but what I'm saying is you're on this like propaganda campaign and we see through it. I see through it. I'll speak. Like, I want to bring up, because we're on CBS and Bari Weiss, this guy, Tony Dakupil, I forget, I don't say his last name, but he was on CBS this morning, or with Gayle King before she was fired, and now Bari Weiss just made him the head of CBS Evening News.
He is a nasty one.
Well, and very pro-Israel as well. So, class, if you don't know who Ta-Nehisi, you know who Ta-Nehisi Coates is, but Ta-Nehisi Coates came out with this book that he went on CBS this morning to promote, and it is very critical of Israel. And the thing that this guy Tony said to him, he's like, I'm bastardizing what he said. Please go look up the clip because it's kind of egregious. He's like, people would say that you're anti-Semitic, that you're a violent person because you wrote this. And Ta-Nehisi was like, no, don't misunderstand me. I'm being, just because I'm critical, just because I think that apartheid is bad in any form, just because I think violence of any form is bad, I'm a pacifist, right? Does not mean that I'm anti-Semitic. But this guy really, really tried to hold his feet to the fire, because obviously there were really great points that Ta-Nehisi was making. So all of this, salad, I think is not, from my end, it's not a good look. It's really not a good look, and I don't know how it's going to end. But like, and
to your point, people are allowed to have the views that they have, but our news media is supposed to be unbiased.
That part.
And that clip specifically, I will link it in the video description box. I might put a clip of it up, just depends on how our copyright works out. That clip was really egregious. And look, I just gave Gayle King a compliment, but I'm going to side eye her for that, because she did not step in or say anything.
It happen.
She let it happen. He railroaded Ta-Nehisi. And, I think what was eye-opening, or was really telling in that interview, oftentimes when people are critical of Israel, especially Black people, especially queer people, there's this refrain of, well, why don't you go there? Why don't you go to Gaza and see what it's like? And Ta-Nehisi's like, bitch, I went multiple times, and I wrote this book based on what I saw. And it was a lot harder to then play those little tricks, right?
Right.
And so instead, he just said, you're a violent person, you are anti-Semitic.
Attacked his character versus the actual topic.
The actual substance of the book.
Right.
And thank you for bringing him up. I forgot his name, but that clip was infuriating. And it's frustrating on many levels, but this kind of reminds me of when the Iowa debris thing happened. Where it was like,
oh God, yes.
When the interviewer was being racist or whatever. It reminds me of that moment, because similarly, I was so proud of Ta-Nehisi Coates, but I was angry for him.
Oh God,
I was
yes.
angry that he had to be in that position, and that he has to do the like calm, collected. He has to tone police
because we've been in that position, Francesca. That's why.
Oh, 1000%. And we also know, especially as a Black man, or whether, when it was Io as a Black woman, the optics of standing in your power and being like, why are you talking to me like that? Do not put words in my, the things that we want to say.
I mean, even you doing that, you were like, the hand in the neck. The hand in the right, we go right to it.
This is I'm about to snatch you up motion.
There's a figurative snatch.
My God, like just infuriating. And class, I'm sure many of you have dealt with this. And look, unfortunately, this is not something that just Black people deal with. Women deal with this. Queer people deal with this, where it's like you have to police yourself, because you're like, okay, they're about to make me an example.
Yes.
Of my entire demographic. And so I need to hold it together, because I still have bills to pay.
Well, unless we forget, in that equation, in that scenario, in that context, me being Obama already, it's I can feel, I expect the tears to be weaponized in that scenario. right?
Yeah.
So like I can already play out how this might happen, and for my own safety, to your point, I have to edit, I have to self-regulate, because I know that it's dangerous. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
My goodness.
I
Well,
just last thing I want to say
CBS.
is
Oh, sure.
just Tanahashi's book is called The Message. I just want to put that
Oh,
out there.
yes. Thank you for plugging that book. That has been on my list, and I'm going to add it to my audiobook queue right after we finish recording, because I definitely want to check that out.
Same.
Look, I hate to do so much bad news, but I would be remiss if we did not mention that Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were found murdered in their
Crazy.
home this past weekend, and the main suspect is Rob's son. Were you familiar with Rob Reiner's work, DeLon?
Oh my God, the All in the Family. It was kind of his first big break that I remember. But
as a
like
director,
and a writer.
When Harry Met Sally,
Yes.
Misery, A Few Good Men, This Is Spinal Tap, The Princess Bride. I recently saw, I think maybe it was last year, maybe the year before, I saw The Princess Bride at the Hollywood Bowl with a live orchestra, and Rob Reiner came out and introduced the film. It was incredible. That movie is so freaking funny, and it really holds up, which is very rare. There were so many funny moments in there, like, because he's wearing a mask. There were some like mask jokes that kind of felt like they were almost like COVID jokes, which was like, really, it was like, in the future everyone will be wearing masks, and everyone was like, oh my God, it was
too soon.
I know, it was really, really wild. And Hollywood, but like, our entire industry is hurting after this. Rob Reiner was also a very prolific activist. I didn't know about this, that he was the co-founder of the American Foundation for Equal Rights, which initiated the court challenge against California's Proposition 8 that banned same-sex marriage in the state. He also chaired the campaign to pass California Prop 10, the California Children and Families Initiative, which made a program for early childhood development services, funded on a tax on tobacco products. I mean, he really did a lot in addition to calling out Donald Trump. So, of course, Donald Trump had to hop onto Truth Social and just say a bunch of like disgusting things about him. And while I'm not surprised, this is related to the Erika Kirk of it all. Erika Kirk and Bari Weiss and all of the Republicans are so loud about how you shouldn't say anything negative about Charlie Kirk and how people were championing his death. And here is Donald Trump posting that Rob Reiner had Trump derangement syndrome, that he was tortured and struggling, once very talented, but he was had an affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome. He was driven crazy by his raging obsession with Donald Trump. I mean, just an insane thing to say.
You are the leader of the free fucking world. You are the president of the United. You have nothing else to do than talk about a man who's not even cold in the ground, whose family is dealing with a double homicide. Class, if you don't know, his son allegedly was arrested. I forget his son's name. Some Adam Reiner or something like that. He is
Rob.
the.
Oh no, I don't know his
He is
name.
A suspect, the main suspect in the stabbing of his parents, which is like, let it be. Let it be.
Yeah.
And to your point, Francesca, the hypocrisy of it all. The idea that when we go to Marjorie Taylor Greene, or the Speaker of the House, or Speaker Johnson, whatever his first name is, and we go, hey, so you are criticizing the left for doing this. What about what he said? And they go, oh, I haven't seen that. Oh, I haven't heard those tweets. Oh, well, he's just joking. No. That's and we have to continue to do this and call them out. But it's asinine, man. It's asinine that we let it go, and we go, okay, I guess that's just what it is.
Well, to your point, we not speaking French. We are not letting it go. But the MAGA crowd always makes excuses for him. And the double standard and the hypocrisy is ridiculous, because look, regardless of what you think about Charlie Kirk and how people responded to him being murdered, no Democratic leaders were celebrating.
That part.
No Democrats were on Twitter saying, every single Democrat was like, this is a tragedy. And even Gavin Newsom, my friend Charlie Kirk. So now y'all are comparing, regular civilians. Y'all wanted everybody to lose their job for saying, I'm indifferent. I mean, let's be real. A lot of the people that they said were celebrating were just more like, I mean, he was a racist podcaster. Why should I care?
Right.
But the president of the United States took his time to say this about a man and his wife that were murdered? That's insane.
Well, and I also think you said this before when we had our little tete-a-tete debate about Gavin Newsom and him trolling Donald Trump. But like, here's to your point, to bring that back, if I could, if I'm getting it right, it's like when you have somebody that sets the groundwork, he is the status quo. So the idea that people, champion Luigi Mangione for shooting that man should not have died, but there was something broader behind it, and the internet went wild. Charlie Kirk, same thing. That man should not have died, but the internet, Democrat, the elected officials did not, but the internet went wild with all of his quotes and everything. And you're saying that Donald Trump has nothing to do with that? That is the landscape. He is the voice. He's the one who sets the tone. So why is the internet not going to explode? You know what I mean?
Well, and to your point about setting the tone, there's an influencer, a content creator by the name of Kahlil Greene, and he's actually been going viral very recently because he makes these really great historic breakdowns of things and how they are related to Black people. He had a viral video about the racist origins of Jingle bells, which like Fox News has really latched onto. But he also did a video about Charlie Kirk and those memes, and he talked about how really the right and white supremacists have laid the foundation for people to make those jokes about Charlie Kirk, because when Trayvon Martin was killed, they were doing what was called the Trayvon. They were laying down with Skittles and an Arizona iced tea and filming themselves and saying that they were Trayvoning. When George Floyd was killed, they were taking photos of themselves with a knee on each other's neck. And Charlie Kirk was sharing those memes, making those jokes, saying he wished more people would be executed in public, that we need to see that. And George Floyd is a scumbag and da-da-da-da-da. So to your point, Delon, it really is the hypocrisy of, if we're going to say it's bad to make fun of someone who has met an untimely end, then it has to be the standard for everyone. But also our elected officials absolutely should be held to a higher standard than just regular citizens.
Than some troll in Indonesia saying something on Twitter.
Who doesn't even live here.
Who doesn't even go here.
Literally. And it's so... the gaslighting of, oh, he's just joking, he doesn't really mean that. And even when you see the replies from MAGA, there are so many people saying, oh, Trump, I love you, but this is not appropriate. And, I voted for you 3 times and I would vote for you again, but this is not Christian of you. And it's like, this is who he's always been.
Yeah.
You are in a cult.
And dare I say, this is why you like him. This is why you voted for him, because he speaks it true. He was the antithesis of politics. He was going to come in and drain the swamp. He is the swamp. This is why you like him.
Well, and ultimately, look, I'm never going to see it for these people, and that's why I have no problem singing my Leopard song. I get all sorts of messages from people that say like, well, when people realize they've done something wrong, shouldn't we embrace them? No, I'm going to say fuck y'all, because I don't have any sympathy for you now that it's affecting you. And to your point, Delon, you did this because you knew it would hurt other people and you didn't care until it suddenly affected you.
Right, exactly.
And so to me, that's not contrition. To me, that's not changed behavior. That's I touched the stove and now I'm burned and I want you to feel bad for me. Bitch, the stove was always hot. So like, what do you want? What do you want me to do about it? And I would honestly not necessarily have more respect, but like, I would rather you just be honest. Just say you want to say slurs.
A friend of mine who grew up in Mississippi said she did not experience true racism until she would move to Pittsburgh. And I was like, are you for real? Because I think of the Mississippi. I think she's like, yeah, but here's the thing. You know who hates you down there because people are explicit about it. She's like, in the North, y'all
They'll
are
smile in your face.
surreptitious.
They'll smile in your
Yeah,
face.
it is, oh, everything's great until you don't get the thing. And you're like, why did I get the thing? And they make up some excuse. And then you start thinking you're crazy because they're gaslighting you. Because you're like, well, I'm more qualified than the person you actually hired.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Or whatever the situation
Or they
might
do
be.
what they did with Charlie Kirk, where they were like, well, you don't know the context. The context of him saying, if I got on a plane and the pilot was black, I would be scared. They're like, you don't understand the context.
No. The context is the quote. The quote is a context. We're not reaching into his hypothetical. No.
Right.
The quote is the context. What he said is the context.
Right. But I could imagine that your friend, and look, this is what Shit White Girls Say to Black Girls was about. The microaggressions, the things that people say, but they don't have any malice when they say, oh my God, it's almost like you're not black. Oh my God, you're so well spoken. All of those little digs that when you push them on it and you're like, did you really just say that? They're like, my best friend is black. My partner is black. I
grew up in the ghetto.
I don't care if you're black, white, purple, or polka dot. Who the fuck knows a polka dot person? You know?
I had free and reduced school lunch. Get out of my face.
I mean, right. And so it's like the gaslighting of like, not that I want to be around racist, but if I at least know, then I can move the other direction. And I'll never forget, I heard someone say this one time, that in some ways, it feels like being friends with liberal white folks can feel like you're holding a grenade that you never know is when it's going to go off. You're like, you are going to, at some point, you're going to say something.
Well, and you know what? That's lived anxiety though, because even if that's not the truth, we've experienced enough, we've seen enough, you know what I mean, to happen.
It's in our marrow.
Yeah. I mean, listen, for years, I grew up in Northern Minnesota, class, if you don't remember, in a very white place. And listen, I love where I grew up. We grew up, I am who I am because of that in so many ways, right? But my mother grew up in Rhode Island in a very black community, black family, right? And there were some times where she would say things, she'd be like, no, they did that because we're black. That happened because we're black. And I'd be like, it all can't be because of that. And then I grew up. And then I moved away from home and I had enough experiences to go, even if it wasn't, that is what she carries on her back. She's had enough lived experience to go, that's probably because I'm a woman. That's probably because I'm a black woman. That's probably because I'm a single mother, right? And so even if it's not true to that specific context, it's your lived experience and it's what you carry. A grenade, that is a crazy way to couch it, but I really do understand it.
Yeah, well, and I'll say this before we move on. What's frustrating is that is your lived experience, and it is so demoralizing when people try to invalidate it. But if you get bit by a dog as a kid, everyone understands why you're afraid of dogs. So why is it when it's like, I've been black my whole life?
Right.
I've been a woman my whole life. I've been queer my whole life. I have had this is my lived experience. I'm not just making this up. And people will be like, no, I think you're just race baiting. You just want to see racism everywhere.
Well, you know what?
What?
I'll give an example that's even more innocuous, like friends and people that I love. I was a part of a show for a long time on Broadway. Not a humble brag, ready? But there was a handful of us that were black in the company, right? And one of the standbys who would go on for me when I was sick or taking vacation or something like that, or needed a personal day, my friend, they would often confuse us. So I would be walking up the stairs and they would call me his name or vice versa, right? It's one thing if an audience member, if he leaves the theater and the audience member is like, oh God, you were great, and he wasn't on that day, right? That's one thing. But people who know you, and what would happen was I would call that out because I'm who I am. And it would be a little uncomfortable. And then invariably someone would go, well, you know what? They call me this other woman's name too, right? And I'm like, no. It's invalidating to your point. What I'm telling you is this is a lived experience. This is not my first rodeo with people thinking I'm the only other black man in the building, right? The only other person? Yes, sure, I get it. It happens. Shit happens. But like when it happens enough, my whole remit is I'm going to call you out on it so you know that, better phrased, I'm going to call you out on it so I'm not living with it alone. You also are going to feel the shame around the thing that I'm feeling. You know what I mean?
No, it's so true. It's like when you're in the store and they're like, "Do you work here?" "Do I? Everyone that works here is wearing a red shirt."
And a hat with a name
I'm wearing a ball gown. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
yeah. Oh my God. I
Crazy.
don't know. I think you did that last one and then we went on a tangent. Can I do this next one?
No, I think it's me actually.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. This is completely left turn. Do you know what the pancreas does?
Oh, I think the pancreas helps.
I was going to be impressed.
Not you preemptively being impressed. I think it does something to help with your sugar, I think.
Not far. I mean, I think the sugar is. I think you're right, actually.
What does it do?
From what I understand, from what this video I came across, if I'm transparent, but I was like, I don't know what the fucking pancreas does. What the pancreas does, it lives just behind the stomach. If you don't know, class, and when you eat food, the pancreas releases enzymes that break down that food and then send that to all the cells all over your body to provide nutrients. So it basically turns the food into nutrients so that your cells can consume it.
Right. And it including insulin, which is sugar, which, you know, when you meet someone and they say they need to take insulin or they can't eat certain things because it's going to spike their insulin or whatever, it's sugar. So it does, I mean, again, it doesn't make it, what does it do? It makes the sugar and it also like helps, it regulates
the sugar. Yeah.
Wow.
I only bring that up because like, you know, I often, you work out, I work out, I try to eat right, you try to eat right, but we also love a sweet, you love a sweet in the meat, right?
Yeah.
I eat a lot of sugar, I eat a lot of candy, and I'm trying to break myself of some specific habits that I have, and that one is, I had a friend that brought me some candy. I was like, no, I'm not trying to eat candy, but I'm gonna eat it. But
yeah,
I'm trying
to... Do you like fruit? Are you a fruit person?
I had a banana. I do like fruit. I actually, yes.
A banana's not sweet, though. A banana's not sweet.
What are you talking about? A banana's not sweet. Class, what is she talking about? A banana?
Okay, if you're talking about a banana versus a pineapple is sweet.
Sure.
A banana to me is like... A banana is just like a nothing flavor. Like you add it to a smoothie and it like fills the smoothie out, but it's not making the smoothie taste like... You don't want to get a banana smoothie.
But you might get a banana split. Right? But
you put ice cream on top of the banana
but you put ice cream, you put chocolate, you put sprinkles, you put everything. Class, she is crazy. But here's the thing. Here's a banana and peanut butter. Rocking. That's a great snack.
But this is what I'm saying to you. The banana is not the star. The peanut butter is...
You will not just eat a banana?
No.
Wow.
No.
What about an apple?
Yeah, I love an apple. But this is what I was going to say to you. As somebody that likes a sweet, something that has been kind of like a game changer for me is I buy frozen pineapple and then just eat it frozen out of the bag. It's like cold.
I do
like
that.
A little...
I
so
do
good.
Every morning. I have an entire bowl of blueberries frozen, and I put them in yogurt with some cinnamon.
Love.
Every day. Like class, get a high protein Greek yogurt, and you know I'm like, huh?
You drink? You eat that oikos?
Listen,
wait. This is not sponsored.
It never is. Wait, I just want to say this because I don't get points for doing the shit you recommend. Because Fran recommended a lot of shit to me. She's like, I know you're not gonna make it. I know you're not gonna buy it. I be buying that oikos since you told me, Fran.
And does it fuck you up or not?
You know what's crazy?
It doesn't.
It doesn't fuck me up. I'm lactose for real, go.
Class, here's what it is. Greek yogurt does not have... It does have some lactose, but like not as much as like regular dairy. I don't know what they do, but that oikos is the bomb. And let me tell you, if you are trying to eat more protein, as a girl that is going to Gainesville, USA, okay, I'm in the gym, you add a little bit of that oikos Greek yogurt to your salad dressing, more protein. You add it to your salsa, more protein. You add it to your sriracha, to your hot sauce, You add it to a little bit of avocado, it turns in a little lime juice, it turns
Wait.
into an avocado salsa.
There was a reco that Frank gave me recently, and I tried it actually.
What?
So we were talking about tuna salad,
Yes.
and a friend was like, "Do you like tuna salad?" She sent me this recipe that I think that had Greek yogurt in it, right?
Mhm.
And
Sure did.
so what I do with my tuna salad is it's literally like hummus. That's what I use for like the agent, and I put some like a little olive oil, a little more olive oil, and then some apple cider vinegar. Banging, salt, pepper. I added that, and it was a little too creamy for me.
Really?
It was a little too creamy for me. I was like,
How much did you add though?
I did that a lot. I did that a lot.
You're only supposed to do like 2 tablespoons.
Oh yeah, no, I had to like, I had
You're
heaps.
No, you're supposed to do like 2.
It was
Delon,
wet.
I sent you a recipe. Have you ever, you know how a recipe work?
Girl, I don't read.
It tells you how much to put in there. It's only 2 tablespoons, my friend.
I mean, okay. I think I'm sticking with the hummus, but I did try it. I just want to give you.
Okay.
It was all right. It was just wet.
Because you used too much.
But back to the health part of it, like I'm just trying to like, and you do this all the time, but like I'm trying to think like the idea that I don't know what my pancreas does is crazy.
Yeah.
But I also was like, I just about my liver all the time because I drink so much. But like, what do the kidneys do? You're right. The kidneys also help with sugar in some way. They help process stuff as well.
The kidneys, I think the kidneys they're connected to like your urine. So they like remove toxins.
They remove toxins.
See, Delon, not me understanding how the body works, and you don't.
Wait.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're like, I don't know what this
Did
does.
I just say what the pancreas is? I mean, I wrote it down. What's your next topic?
All right. The last topic that I'm going to bring to the class is this agreement between Disney and OpenAI. Did you hear about this, Delon?
These people need to stop. Left and right, man. Jesus Christ.
Class, if you are unfamiliar, OpenAI is the company behind ChatGPT and now Sora 2, which is their app that can create videos out of thin air. You tell it to do anything you want. We talked about this recently when Martin Luther King Jr.'s family asked Sora to stop letting people put his likeness on the app because they had him doing all sorts of racist nonsense. Well, now OpenAI and Disney have struck a $1 billion licensing agreement that says that OpenAI will be able to create characters and videos using Disney's properties, including Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars. And Disney has also agreed that they're going to start using ChatGPT in the workplace. And the thing that I cannot get over is this idea that some of these fan-created Sora videos will now live on Disney Plus in 2026.
Wow.
Now, this is wild to me because Disney is so litigious. They are so strict about their fucking intellectual property. They sued Midjourney, which is another AI company, in June of this year. They sent a cease and desist to Character IA in September. They sent a cease and desist to Google on the very same day that they announced this deal. They also sued a Florida couple for $1 million for using Disney costume characters. They had like a party company that would do like birthday parties in 2008. They also sued the Academy Awards for using Snow White without permission. I mean, Disney will come after you. If you have an Etsy shop and you are selling anything that has Disney characters and they find out about it, they are very litigious. So the fact that they are now going to give people the ability to make AI videos using their characters, it's only a matter of time before Mickey is sticking it in Minnie. You know what I mean? Like,
and you know what? Not for nothing. You're asking for it. You're asking for it. You're asking for
what
it.
else? Here's the thing. Sora makes 30-second videos, okay? I have yet to see a video that I thought, oh, wow, that was so creative and interesting and well done. It's all shit posting. It's all trolling.
Well, and lest we forget, to your point about Mickey Sagay and Minnie, which I hope that does not happen for the brand. But like OpenAI or AI in general, all of these companies, they don't know how they're going to make money yet. They're still trying to, they think they're going to charge us for it, but they're giving it away for free, right? So we talked about this on another episode. One of the things they're trying to do is make it explicit. Give adult content, because porn is a $1 billion industry. So
easily make money
why
that way.
not? So the idea that it's not going to spin out, because lest we forget, the internet is still the wild, wild west. You really can't sue somebody for what they say on the internet, right? I mean, you can if you libel and all those kind of things, but it's very really difficult. Hard. You have to have a lot of money to make it to make a really good case. So like I mean. I hope the $1 billion is well spent, because I don't think this is going to go well. I really don't think it's going to go well.
I think it's incredibly short-sighted. And to now I can't stop myself from thinking about it, but I say to your point all the time.
I say it all the time too.
I say it all the time.
Let's rename the podcast To Your Point.
Somebody called it out when we were talking about phrases that need to be retired. Somebody said that.
How dare you hold the beer up? Y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are right. Y'all are absolutely right.
To your point, you need to stop saying to your point.
You ain't lying.
I only say it because I feel like it's a good bridge, and I'm trying to like give you credit for something that you said.
Yeah.
But the idea that these AI companies can't figure out how to make money, it just feels like they're missing the underlying issue here. We don't want AI to make movies for us. We don't want AI to write songs for us. We don't want, and I feel like everywhere I turn, they are trying to shove AI down my throat.
Yes.
Hey, I'm writing an email. Hey, you want to help? You want to use AI?
Wait, what is it called? Gemini? I said, no, Gemini, if you just give me the regular search box, I can read, girl.
It starts filling in. It starts being like, is this what you're trying to say? No, it's not what I'm trying to say. I'm in freaking Instagram sending someone a message, and it's like, want me to help make your message funnier? I'm like, no, I like using my brain.
Right.
I like figuring things out. And it just feels like the fact that they are trying to push it on us, it feels like they're trying to slip a roofie in my drink. You know what I mean? It's like it feels so underhanded when you're Googling. It's like you can't turn the freaking AI thing off.
Yeah.
And it gets stuff wrong all the time. But people are just like, oh, there's the answer. And it's like, oh my God.
Along those same lines, you see what I did there? Along the same lines.
Well, fucking played.
I just want to add, I was thinking about this recently when I was thinking about AI. There was a time, and God, I fucking make America great again. I hate that I'm even at this age where I'm like reaching back into the 20th, 19th century and going, remember when? But there used to be products that companies were innovating and creating that were actually going to make our lives better, make our lives easier. I think of stupid shit like the washing machine and the dishwasher and the stoplight and the pacemaker, right? But like these even streaming isn't necessarily something we needed or we need. It's actually fucked up a lot of industry, right? I mean, am I going to watch Netflix tonight after this? Absolutely, because low hanging fruit. But I do think like the reason that they're shoving it is because they're not innovating for us. They're doing it to make money for themselves, and I think we need to kind of clock that.
Yeah, and look, to be clear, we've talked about this before. Like, I don't think it's all bad. I think it's a tool, right? Sure. My issue is that it's being used, one, in a way that's unethical, that it actually steals from people. It combs the internet and grabs other people's stuff. Most recently, through my job, I'm working with this company that helps artists and companies protect themselves from their intellectual property being used unethically via AI. And one of the stories that we ran recently is about the singer Georgia Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Where her voice was used in this viral song.
Was it called Run?
I Run, yes.
I Run,
the song was all over, and it was not credited there was no singer named. And everyone was like, this sounds like Georgia Smith. This sounds like her. And so her record label ran a scan on it, and they were like, sure enough, that is our client's voice. And they got the song taken down across all streaming. And now they're saying, we want a cut of those residuals.
Absolutely.
And they absolutely should get them. And I think that that's what's difficult for people to piece together. And look, this Disney partnership is a perfect example. Disney said, you may not use our intellectual property to make, your little videos, But now they said, okay, now you can. We're going to make a deal where we're both going to make money off of this. So what about the musicians and the artists who they don't have a deal with Sora? They don't have a deal with
The
OpenAI.
writers.
And when you, the writers, the actors, when you say, I want an actor who looks like X, Y, and Z, it goes and it grabs a little bit of this person's eye and this person's nose and this person's voice. Zania Monet,
Crazy.
that AI singer, that voice is coming from somewhere. And so we understand that it's not okay to go into someone's house and steal from them and then go to the pawn shop and sell it and then put that money in our pocket. But when it's AI, suddenly it's like, well, maybe I'm not good at music. Okay, then maybe you should get better. Maybe you should try.
If you're, I'm not the best musician. Like, I don't really play anything, but I'll tell you how I used AI. Fran, I write music. I write a lot of songs. I went and I learned Logic, which is a DAW, digital audio workspace. Where did I learn that? Online for free via my library, right? Via my library card. I subscribed to this thing called Splice, which is, if you are a producer, you can create all kind of MP3s and little what do you call it, samples that I then can download and buy from you, and I create my own. I pay for it, and I can create my music. That's how I create my music. Some chords of my own and stuff, but with samples, right? Like, you too can create without just hitting a button and having a thing do it.
That's right. And that's the difference. Like, and even the samples of it all, right? Because look, we talked about Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill didn't clear all those samples, and guess what she had to do? Fucking pay for it.
Hey, baby.
If you are going to sample someone's music, you have to credit them and you have to pay for it.
Right.
And I think what's frustrating, again, if you're going to use the tool to help you with your creative process, I think that's very different than just pushing a button and having it do it for you.
Yeah.
Because the process is the work.
Yes!
As an artist, that is the work. It's trying new things and being like, this doesn't sound right. This doesn't make sense. I'm going to use this product and the product doesn't work. And then I'm going to try another one. And then I realize, oh, wait a second. If I combine this paint and, alcohol, it looks like this.
That's how new processes are discovered. That's how you discover your artistry. The frustrating part of it is, on the other side of it is discovery. On the other side of that fire is joy and creativity, and that's part of the process, right?
Yeah.
I hear you.
And we've talked about this a bajillion times, but I just can't say it enough. The creative process is a process.
Yeah.
And if you are only concerned with the output, then you're missing the journey and the joy of creating your own thing and creating something that is yours. And nobody else can say belongs to them, that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into, that you spent years creating. You look at somebody like a Beyonce. Beyonce has put years into
her entire life.
Her entire life. She has made sacrifices. She's gotten up early. She's, only drinking, grapefruit juice or whatever it may be. But that's the same for every creative individual, whether you're a Misty Copeland or you're an Andy Warhol. You have to put the hours in. And it is frustrating to me that it's being sold as, now everyone can be an artist. Now everyone can be a director. Now everyone can be a musician.
Here's the other thing I'll say too is even if you don't have a certain level of expertise as an artist, I understand that that's frustrating, right? When you have a certain taste level and your skill level does not meet that taste. I completely get that. But it's collaborate with somebody. Call somebody, find partnership. Because I tell you, the podcast, right?
Yeah.
If you have had other podcasts, I've had other podcasts, but ours is specific to us because of what we bring. If we were to go on and have them with other people, that would be very different, right?
But it's also evolved. It's also evolved across the entire 90-something episodes.
And that is collaboration.
Little by little.
Yeah. So don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Collaboration is key.
Absolutely. Well, class, will you watch AI-generated videos on Disney Plus? And if so, which Disney characters are you looking forward to seeing fuck?
You know what I want to know? Which white woman didn't you know in the game? Okay.
Tell us that. Okay, here's what I want to know. What Disney character do you think has a big dick? I'm going to say Goofy.
I'm going to say Ariel, the Little Mermaid. That bitch got a big old. No, you know what? Ursula. Ursula got 8 of them motherfuckers.
Oh, she got those tentacles. Oh, yes. Ursula will do you right. I feel like Ursula is like the more the merrier.
Okay, poor unfortunate souls.
All right, class, that wraps up this week's episode of Let Me Fix It. As usual, you can get us over on Instagram at FixItPod, or you can email us, letmefixitpod@gmail.com. Send us a tagline, and we might include it in the show.
You could be the next Todd out here. You could be the next Todd. Also, remember, don't forget to tap that notification bell, because we're here every Wednesday. And subscribe on YouTube if this is your first time with us. Welcome to the class. We appreciate you so much. We're here every Wednesday. I'm DeLon.
I'm Francesca, and this was
Let Me Fix It. Stupid.
We are adults.